American RLCS continues to amaze us, and this game is going to be no exception. I am Stumpy, joined by a dear friend of mine, James Bott, and I've got a little bit of bad news for you here, James. In the last 4 meetings these two teams have had, it has gone Version 1's way every single time. But I want you to tell me, why is this one potentially going to be different?
But I think a lot of people are asking the question, is this a new NRG? And I think in order to answer that question, yes, they need to beat Version 1. Version 1 has had their number. You mentioned it already, Stumpy, but I was actually casting that match at Worlds in the group stage where Version 1 swept NRG. NRG only scoring 2 goals that entire series. So I know better than most how much Version 1 has had NRG's number. We'll see if they keep that streak of domination going.
But it's still going to come down to Version 1 having to play as well as they did yesterday versus Furia. They were phenomenal. That they looked like a team that was gonna struggle to be beaten by anybody else. And it was Beast Mode really showing up, because that's how V1 ultimately play their best game. And at the start of the series, that is where they started to excel. Beast Mode got onto a nice level. He was really starting to show what he can do. Then Furia had the answer to him for a couple of games in the middle. 3 games they won in a row, and then V1 managed to close it out. Beast Mode is going to hope to come out of the gates hot again, because that is how he shut down one of the best teams in North America, and it's something that NRG are definitely starting to work that long road back to being.
Beast Mode has been good, and there's some physicality coming out of NRG. We already saw earlier in this game Calm with a pair of demos, and the demos and bumps from Version 1 have been kryptonite for NRG, but NRG is now marching downfield on the attack. Beast Mode trying to tip it over, does get it over Justin Garrett. He's gonna air dribble this over to the sideline and gets a 50, but it's right to Torment, who has Beast Mode. The pass comes out, Beast Mode to the backboard, and Beast Mode gets denied by Justin. However, the shot put NRG in such a bad spot. Torment able to clean up the rebound.
Justin is centimeters from getting that ball away and clear, and the save itself is beautiful until Torment comes in, and from what I can remember, looked very similar to that squishy flip reset goal where it just goes across the line after an amazing save during World Seasons.
The job.
And then Torment still finishes the job, just this time Torment and Squishy on opposite teams. That's one for the boomers of Rocket League. Garrett G wanting to tap one in. Wasn't a boomer that time. Instead, it goes just onto that back right post. Justin wants to shoot it convincingly in, falls back to that defensive NRG. Squishy going for bumps. We've already seen him bump off the backboard, but this time wants to be a little bit more grounded with that aggression.
We have seen some good pressure from NRG, and that's a nice 50, but Torment was there waiting. Garrett gets flip reset by Torment, who is happy to melt time off the clock, give his teammates time to recover. Beast Mode, it looked like he was playing Sideswipe there for a moment. Again, maintaining the dribble. Beast Mode saves it, and there was no one to clean up that rebound. It was similar to the Version 1 play where Beast Mode does the heavy lifting. Torment was there to clean it up, but for NRG, when they had the ball in a vulnerable spot, no one was there to put that ball in.
And it was great soft play from Squishy as well, because he was able to slow the game down massively, where V1 wants to play fast and they want to get absolutely crazy with the ball. If NRG can slow it down, throw them off kilter, make sure they get into positions just too early to challenge it convincingly, that'll then slow them down and mean that they're just not feeling as comfortable, I'm sure, as they would like. But in this first couple of minutes, first 3 minutes of this game, we've seen that lead for V1 after V-Mode's shot. Calm can just about tip that ball back over. Gets himself back underneath and around to get it high and above into that back half, and Garrett G has to collect. Immediately challenged by Beast Mode, not letting them come out of that orange half at all.
And that was a world-class defensive touch from Calm, not only to make the difficult read, but to get the power on that clear. It is really difficult to do that. Calm is making his presence felt. And like I had mentioned before, Stumpy, the last time these two matched up, only 2 goals for NRG. Well, it's not looking much better offensively for them. We're approaching that final minute. Version 1 are keeping NRG down. It doesn't look like NRG is going to be able to get back up.
There's great pressure there for a little while from NRG, but then Garrett, he turns back around where I don't think he should have done. I think Squish was already working his way back into the orange half. He could have just continued aggressing on that ball, but Justin going for the edge, or Garrett can't get the touch to it that time. A little bit too slow yet again, and a misplay from B-Mode on that backboard leaves it to Calm to clear it away instead. Only 20 boosts, but eyes up that back corner, will go for it. And then Justin But being able to get that past that blue half means that Justin can now get that flip reset onto Squishy. What an assist!
Oh, Justin from his own backboard. It even looked like he got bumped a little bit from Calm. He used up every ounce of boost. Oh, wait, I take that back. He had one boost left after that play. And Squishy able to slam that one by his old teammate, 75 miles per hour on that zinger. And NRG have some life.
Justin can walk over that one boost, can buy himself a penny sweet for the road because that was a sweet, sweet pass he was able to give on to his longtime teammate now. Beast Mode from that backboard going along within Squishy, instead able to intercept, and Justin wants to go for one more bump, but to the ceiling. Sees Com having to stretch the nose of that Fennec. He's able to get it a little bit further than NRG would have wanted. To the sky, Com goes, instead what goes the ball instead goes to Garrett G, a man who scored a worldie yesterday, got the title Goat Arrett Goat because of all the G's, all the goats that he was putting forward. Overtime in game number 1, NRG versus V1.
In this game, too, Stumpy, I have been very impressed by Calm's defense. Even on that last Squishy play, Calm has been rock solid, keeping NRG at bay for the most part. Even got a piece of Justin and ends the play that Justin was trying to kickstart there. Calm, we'll see if that defense can open up some opportunities for a counterattack. So far, NRG.
That's Calm.
Look, you can already see him getting angry.
There he
Beast Mode joining the party as well.
And Com yesterday, you were saying how well defensively he's been today, but offensively yesterday, he was second in the tournament for demos, behind by literally 0.01 behind first, so near enough first in demos. And he is currently leading the tournament in his shooting percentage, shooting for about every 3 shots he has, a goal will probably come of it. And he wants to be going for another one here, but Squishy to intercept. So Com, if he's looking at that defensive work, then they have got a lot on their plate, NRG, to handle.
Certainly do. Calm able to get the stop. There's a pinch that goes across net. Squishy turns with no boost. Beast Mode will be able to take possession. Garrett, high pop, tough spot for Torment. Torment will make the read. Garrett gets a piece of it. Justin, double tap, trying to land back on the wall. Squishy now, shot opportunity. First touch control, gets jostled by Beast Mode, and it was enough to throw him off.
100 boost over Beast Mode, but as he gets intercepted by Garrett G, is going to force V1 yet again into their own half. Beast Mode did get a tip over the top, but now again in the midfield, Torment and Garrett G, the two veterans, battling it out against each other. Com rushingly goes to that ball, pass back to Beast Mode, and Squishy again slowing down, stays in a position that keeps himself threatening. A bump coming in, throwing that defense off again. Justin intercepting, can pass back to Garrett G, and the 100 boost stolen. Torment, he has to go back for plan B, and plan B arrives in the form of Beast Mode.
Justin, flip reset into the 50. Torment was waiting on the backboard. How do you know where that one was going? And now pinch up Garrett, racing Beast Mode. Beast Mode trying to read Garrett's hit and came close.
Would have loved for that dunk to have gone in. Just that absolute, the read to be able to jump so accurately in front of the ball, dunk on Garrett G, but instead Garrett able to get it far enough so Beast Mode couldn't even make contact. Beast Mode now on that right wing with 0 boost. That means that he's going to be a lot more toothless than he would potentially like. Com onto that back corner. He's going to try and pinch it. No, instead goes for that flip reset. But again, intercepted by Squishy. This has been incredibly back and forth. So many chances for both teams, but neither defense really breaking down and letting any goals in.
You saw Beast Mode going for a play there. Garrett actually bumped him off that ball. That is the right play to make in many situations. When you got a player like Beast Mode going for the ceiling, similar to Yan, sometimes you just play the body because you know they're going to get that touch by it.
Yeah, if you can go for the man, not the ball. Just go for a 2-footed, studs up, see what you can do. Try and take him down as Beast Mode shoots on target. Garrett G whips around and is able to clear that one away. A demo opens up the net convincingly, but come again in the midfield. He's the man who's covering it before these shots even become shots. Nothing apparating for NRG for quite a while here. Version1 taking full advantage of that. They are now starting to continue that pressure as and when they get it. With 0 boost, Garrett G has to slow it down, but not where he wants to because Beast Mode is waiting and lurking and air dribbling into the orange half. Justin to miss, Beast Mode to pass. No one there to receive.
Calm. That's all his boost. Torment up to Beast Mode. Beast Mode double tap ball. Justin gets in the way and is able to keep that ball from going out to the middle. Garrett, we've seen him be willing to slow the play down and be patient even just moments before. NRG finding ways to deal with this pressure and this physicality of Version1, but Version1 also able to get shot after shot. We've seen Beast Mode so many times have that ball where he can at least look to go for that double tap or that aerial play.
And in the air is where he's most deadly. That's where we're seeing the magnificence come from the body of his Octane. He pinches his central Beast Mode there to receive the back and forth Beast Mode Torment, a deadly duo.
Justin, blast back, goes to block off that near post pass, but still was not able to do it. It was a perfect pass from Torment. And that team play it'll be enough. Taking NRG down in what was a very close game one.
I mean, NRG, they put on 12 shots to the V1 there. I said they didn't have much pressure for about a minute or two in that overtime, but the rest of the time, they were fully sending the ball at the net. They got one goal out of it. And version 1, they only end up with 7 shots. They've just got that slight more, I think, finish to them. Otherwise, they're passing. They're going for a couple of backboard plays, and they are trying to be a bit more deceptive rather than going for that clear chance every single time. Version 1 winning game number 1, and Beast Mode celebrating quite happily, getting that overtime goal and a great passing play. I love a good passing play.
And this just goes to show you the flexibility of version 1. A lot of times when they're playing NRG, they're going full demo, full bump. We did see some of that. There were a couple early demos from ComCom chasing players out at the midfield, trying to throw the rotations off. But it just goes to show you how adaptable version 1 can be. We saw Beast Mode playing incredibly well. Com's defense was actually out of this world. It was world-class defensive game from Com. But then also you got Torment slotting that perfect pass. It was an all-around team win for version 1. And even when the demo game wasn't necessarily working perfectly, they found another way to win.
And what I love seeing as well from Torment is when we don't talk about him for a little while, and yet we still see version 1 winning, because that's the role that he knows that he plays as well. He's not there to get all the demos and the bumps and the everything, all the plays that are really going to be showing off on those highlight reels. He is there mostly to fill in the backline, make sure that Com and Beast Mode are able to do something with it. A triple commit, going into the fake, into the pass, and the save from Garrett G. The screenshot of that triple commit, that's not going to be pretty, but they escape with the skin of their teeth, NRG.
And I actually think that's a huge save from Garrett, who we've already seen make some big saves today. Garrett bailing NRG out of that triple commit, because if they let that one in, that's something that would haunt them for quite some time.
Justin trying to get that onto the backboard, and with Garrett again slowing it down, taking notes from Squishy, who was doing it so well earlier. Then leads to Garrett for the shot, and that all came down from Garrett slowing it a little bit. It then forces, it was Beast Mode into a bit of an awkward touch. Then it forced Torment. Justin over central towards Garrett, who was there without comms knowledge or intelligence, able to shoot it just below the crossbar.
I mean, maybe just game sense. But Garrett quickly turned out. If he's quick to rotate out and he doesn't linger for a moment, if he rotates out, there's no way that shot's going in. And we saw that happen last game for NRG, where they had the rebound from the Squishy shot. No one was there on the goal line. Whereas for version 1, on that Beast Mode play, Torment was right there. So you're seeing NRG start to be ready for those rebounds, play a little bit more aggressively, and be ready to use those rotations and let a player turn.
And that's exactly what a game 1 can be sometimes. It'll be a learning experience. You saw that, okay, they must have noticed, guys, we had some chances, but there was no one there available to get that final shot. Well, let's change that. Game number 2, Aquadome will be different. And Garrett G, he's got something different here as he outspeeds Beast Mode.
And this was an interesting play, because you saw the demo from Beast Mode, and Garrett, there was another demo attempt on him, and he was able to dodge it at the midfield and get that touch. Beast Mode, it was a tough place for him to be, and Garrett doesn't go for the shot there. If he goes for the shot, Beast Mode's probably going to deflect that wide. Instead, had trust in his teammates, just hit it to the backboard, and it was the right call. And NRG now up by 2. This is a much different looking NRG squad.
And this is the NRG squad, James, that we want to see for such a long time. These players should be world-class. They should have got better results than, and I know people are going to say they got top 8 of worlds, they got 9th to 12th in regionals, but we want more. They need to be competing those championships yet again. And with blocks like that and shots coming in, they are looking like they've got a lot more venom in their strikes nowadays.
You're 100% right, Stumpy. The expectations are there. 4 out of the 6 players on the field with world championship titles. Torment, the only one on version 1 with that title, and he won it with Squishy. There's so much history on the field, and the expectations when you've been a player playing at that level for so long, you have that expectation on yourself more than anything.
Justin trying to outplay the entire backline defense, but Com, again, able to be more defensively minded. He's able to clear it away. Great pass center, but with beast mode, they're ready to receive. He's able to clear it central, but Justin rotating around nicely, falls it down to Com. Com air dribbling over the top of a couple. Beast mode tries to go for the bump on Justin, but instead gets out of sorts himself. With Garrett with only 50 boost, he pinches it perfectly into the midfield. Just get any distance on him at beast mode, this time winning that foot race.
Squishy's going to try to keep this streak NRG has going. Under 2 minutes left to play. There's a 2-goal lead, and now we're starting to see some demos. The demo forcing Justin into an awkward spot, and it's cleared out, but Com will have tons of time, full boost, heavy first touch, but he does beat Justin out, but Justin able to get the trade.
And a great trade it was too, because it's just fallen down dead into the midfield. Now we're finally seeing it get lifted back up, and NRG are going to be the recipients of this ball. Com knows he's got a little bit of time, but misplays it, a poor touch. Manages still to get a flip reset, God knows how. With only 12 boost, so he then reverses back towards that NRG net. Com, leave the play, understand where you need to be. Although that looked great, I don't think that was what you've been rehearsing.
Yeah, Com, improv master. He almost pulled that together.
He did.
Still, Version 1 do have time, and they're on the attack now. Shot opportunity.
Open.
The shot comes in, and it's good. Torment on a tight angle, recognizing that everyone from NRG was out of net. Squishy was being harassed by Com.
And it was also that great dunk from Beast Mode. Knows that, okay, the bump is coming in. If I rush the ball, then this should fall well for one of my teammates to go and shoot from, and Torment was in the perfect place at the perfect time. Only one goal splitting these two. In the final minute of Aquadome, NRG need to hold on.
And this is when I think NRG might start to sweat a little bit. Version 1 has had their number. They got swept at Worlds. They lost game 1, and now a late surge thanks to a play from Com that is really reminiscent of all the success that Version 1 has had against them. It came from a bump, an aggressive play. See if NRG can close it out. They have struggled in the past to close out tight games against top teams. And Version 1, like I said, Stumpity, they have had NRG's number.
Yes, absolutely. But NRG, they might have changed their number. They might have put them onto that blocked caller list, because so far in this game, they have done a great job in shutting them down. Squishy, again, the time management, taking to this inning, slowing it down just a little bit, and then committing on that ball, getting the shot, getting the goal, and securing the game.
Squishy with the bar down shot after the 58 boost, and used it perfectly against his old teammate Torment. And Squish, the importance of that shot can't be understated. We've seen it already. The 0-second goals that are possible at this level, how good players are at keeping it in the air to secure that game against a team like Version 1 that has been so good against NRG. That is going to do wonders for the mentality of NRG as they get a big game win. They were looking for this one for a while.
And, you know, this series doesn't just have the implications of we want to prove that we're better than Version 1. We want to prove that we're better than NRG, whoever ends up winning it. There are so many implications because of our new format. Going through into that major, sure, both these teams, they are going to be in that third regional. We know that they're going to be competing for those spots, but the points at the top are so tight. Like, between 4th and 9th, there's currently a 5-point difference. Between 5th and 9th, there's a 3-point difference. It is so tight in that realm. And right now, NRG and Version 1, they are 2 points apart. It is incredible just how tight these are, and making sure that you get these wins over a direct opponent. If you can leapfrog them, that is vital for your chance of making the major.
You're 100% right, Stumpy. These points, they come at a premium, and at a time where North America has never been more competitive. We can see teams make deep runs, and then also teams not even make the playoffs. We saw that happen with G2. It was almost inconceivable to think that that would even be possible. And that is exactly what happened. So these teams, when they make it into the playoffs, they have an opportunity for a big points grab. You have to do it because there's no guarantee. You can make it to the finals one week and then fail to even make top 8 the next.
And right now, any G2 fans are going to hate this next sentence. Either side of them is Version 1 and NRG. So if NRG end up winning, then G2 get knocked out of that 5th spot. So ideally, if you're a G2 fan, you want to see version 1 taking this, but it still puts them further ahead of G2 in that 5th place. So there's a lot going on. They've just made it harder for themselves. But both these teams are just thinking about themselves, making sure that they are the ones that are the benefactors of those points, because it's so important as we go through the rest of the season to do well early on, because then you don't need to be chasing points in winter and spring.
We're starting to shift our focus back not to the season, but to this game, and this series has been back and forth. Game 1, we saw NRG come out swinging, but the passing play, Torment to beast mode, the saves from Garrett G have been wonderful. Garrett, another clutch save. Game 2, NRG seemed to have figured out version 1, but version 1, one of those teams that is so good at adapting. We've seen them do it so much at the international land stage as well, where if one approach isn't working, switch to another, and they find ways to win.
Just trying to change up how you approach a game is going to be so important, because it changes how you're playing, it changes the vibe of the entire series. Torment shooting that remarkably wide by about 3 ball lengths. So maybe fancy the pass from it instead, or just complete misplay. Either way, it's not going to be falling to a V1 goal early on in this game. Goes to the midfield. Torment this time shooting it on target, but with less power. Try and get somewhere in between that, Torment, and I reckon you've got a good chance of scoring. Instead, just ignores the ball, go for Justin, get rid, make it a 2v3.
And that pressure is starting to pay off. You're seeing low boost. Garrett finally getting the corner, and Squishy trying to break out.
0 boost.
Justin calls Garrett off. Garrett now waiting to go in.
Garrett!
Plays the hit from Torment,
Garrett!
but Torment recognized that Garrett didn't go. Garrett was playing Torment's hit there, and Torment called his bluff.
I saw a bit of an opening for Garrett, and I was just desperately thinking, just shoot, just go for it, come on. Don't go back to what the game 1 was, because he did so well in that second one. Justin now passing to Garrett, goes up high for it, gets that touchdown. Scrapes in front of the goal, Beast Mode with a vital block, because that was finding its way in.
Teams reading each other quite well. Over half the game gone. I just glanced up, surprised to see it. This one's going quick. And you knew this was going to be a low-scoring matchup. Both these teams, very solid defensive teams. And there's a demo from Com, but it leads to a shot opportunity, and it's good for Justin. Justin recognizing his moment.
Scoring first again. NRG are currently 14-0 in games that they have scored first in. They are on a streak of not losing once they have got that first goal behind them. Brilliant news for NRG fans, brilliant news for NRG. For version 1, they want to be upsetting that dream.
For version 1, that's a very difficult play, because Com got the demo, but also he passed that ball off the backboard. And if Com doesn't get that much on the ball, it's not going to be a shooting opportunity for NRG. So NRG a bit fortunate there, but that is the mark of a good team, is when you're not getting many opportunities, the one you get, you put away.
Good demo from Garrett on Beast Mode on that back line, getting rid of that danger man. As Beast Mode respawns though, he is straight back into the action, and also with that 100 boost he picked up, as Torment gives it to that teammate, very altruistically of him. Goes low with that pass, wants to get it past Squishy, but instead Squishy saves that way into that side wall. Com able to get one flip reset into the center. Beast Mode to receive, but it goes a bit too high to get anything. And just V1 are going on a tear against NRG. The demos are raining in, and NRG are struggling to deal with it as the boost starts to dwindle. Only Garrett with only 50, and he's just burned a lot of it.
Well, right now they are dealing with it, and it's kind of like, you know, I talked about Yan and Furia, but Furia is a team that gets demoed all the time, and they still manage to get these wins and deal with the pressure. And those demos from Com, how much do they actually do? Squishy able to clear that ball, and he gets another demo.
That must be
Com
7.
going for Garrett at the midfield, but still it's not enough to get version 1 possession.
All right, Com, I know you said you were second in demos going into this game, mate, but you don't need to prove it to me. Just get a goal instead of these demos. Get a pass. Beast Mode is there. And Beast Mode shoots wide. What were all the demos for?
Well, they were for the opening, and that net was wide open. Beast Mode, we've seen him hit what seemed like impossible shots, but that was a wide open opportunity created by Com. And now another chance. Com's demo clears the path, and Torment will walk it.
Com just gets boost, goes man, gets demo, Torment gets goal. With 11 seconds left, V1 have drawn this game up, and NRG are on the ropes. I think that's going to give incredible confidence to Com now and to his teammates. Com goes for the shot, but Squishy is back in time. That could have been disastrous.
And Com was able to steal the corner boost from Garrett. This could still be a chance for Version 1 at 0 seconds. They've got the boost advantage. Garrett, that's all he had. Justin there for the backboard. Beast mode trying to keep the ball in play. Won't be able to do it. And we've got overtime thanks to the demos from Com. That was one of the craziest demo plays that I've seen.
I wish that we had demos as a live update on that scoreboard. We need that. Please, just the devs of Rocket League, put it on the scoreboard, because that, he must be on 8 or 9 so far. Com again going up for that challenge. It's on target. Torment able to save away Squishy's shot. That one wide, the pass forcing Torment and Beast Mode to go on it. And now Justin fancying go for a couple of blocks on Beast Mode himself, getting physical at NRG.
NRG had a chance there. Justin needed to get that ball out to the mid to a teammate, but now we see Version 1 on the counter. Com with a tip. Beast Mode picking up that mid boost. It's going to go over his head, and Com will take over. Hard hit to the ceiling. Garrett to Justin in the NRG corner. Justin trying to dribble it around the corner. Garrett wraps around the ball. Torment looking for a demo. Beast Mode getting a 50. We'll see if more V1 demos come out. There's a clear downfield. Torment with tons of time will control it with the first touch. Hits it off to the sidewall with the second.
Tons of time, but Garrett bearing down on him forces him into an awkward position. And so Justin pulls down with one boost. Beast Mode calling his bluff. Only 18 for him. Gets that reset. Doesn't use it. Com to shoot. The Squishy to save. Com again on a demo. That must be 10 in this game. V1 so far have averaged 8.5 in the series per game. I am confident that Com has got more than that on his own.
It seems like, we'd have to wait and parse the replay, or if anyone's out there with a whiteboard counting the notches, that would work too. But one thing's for certain, and Com is demoing more than anyone that you have seen this weekend.
Defensively, he's also been stalwart, able to get it onto that left-hand side with Justin intercepting it. Falls back to Beast Mode. Up high, no one on the backboard until Squishy takes the initiative. Torment with the backflip, and this now leads onto NRG getting a lot of pressure, and Squishy's going to take full advantage of it.
Flip reset from Justin. He's going to still go for the 50, and now this is a dangerous situation as well. Com will flick it over to Beast Mode. He had options whether to go left or right, and it's shut down by Garrett, who gets the mid boost. Nice first touch. Flip reset. Has Justin on the rebound. Com takes Justin out, and the save comes out. Version 1 handling that pressure wonderful.
2.5 minutes into this overtime. We're approaching the time now where the previous one ended. Torment again with a backflip in the midfield. That man needs to check his controller, because that's not going to fly if it continues happening throughout this series. Garrett G wanting to push on Com, but instead slows it down and then blocks in the end. Great slow down play, but Beast Mode read that happening from the start. Squishy to tip it to the backboard, only 20 boost, and the one beneath him stolen. Beast Mode now being offensive for boost, not with demos, but instead just trying to whittle down the finite resources that we're seeing. Torment bumping one, but Justin saving it just away from the goal line.
You saw Com trying to get that demo on Squishy out. There's a pinch. It goes across the field. Justin gets demoed by Com. Com isn't even playing the ball anymore. Chasing Justin down again. Com stealing the corner boost. Going for the rebound play. Beast Mode does have a shot, but Squishy there to block it out. Squishy clearing the ball downfield right to Beast Mode, and Version 1 regained and reset for another attack.
Beast Mode wanted to loft that ball towards Com, but he was unable to get anything too great from it. Torment in the midfield misses that ball, instead has to recover and then go up. Justin just there for the block, drops it down towards Garrett G, but instead cleverly this time rotates back round. A block attempted by Garrett, but Com able to clear it away. Passing back towards Torment, sees Beast Mode midfield. Will he pass this one off? Because their fakes, their aerial plays into then the first man dipping away, and then the second man comes in for the shot. They have been deadly historically for Version 1. I wonder if they're going to try it. That time, Com for the air dribble. Leaves it for Garrett G to save it. Shot chance. Beast Mode to shoot. He just weakly takes the control of it. 4 minutes in this overtime.
It was 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Last overtime. Com trying to keep it around the same. More demos coming out from Com. Beast Mode joining the party. Squishy will go for a high pop. Looks like he wanted to threaten a demo himself. Now going for a 50. Shot opportunity for Justin. He puts it wide and is out of boost. Squishy keeping that ball in the version 1 half. But now we see it break out. Another demo from Com. He's going to try to get Garrett on respawn. Is there a more frustrating player to play against than Com?
No. The answer is no, James. He's ridiculous and horrifying and a horrible cockroach of a player, and I adore him for it. He is invasive and infuriating, and he is everywhere, and he is ruining the day of NRG, and yet we keep talking about it. NRG's defense has still held strong. I don't know how they're doing it.
Well, how long can they do it? 4 more shots being peppered at net. Beast mode, trying to get this rebound out. Torment beat to the ball by Garrett. Com will be there in time. Garrett with the corner boost steal, wanted to get a 50. Com was trying to get that ball out, stopped by Squishy. Torment off the ceiling. Torment again, second effort, finds beast mode on the outlet pass. Garrett, to himself, will boom it to the backboard. This has been a intense, emotional overtime so far, Stumpy.
This has been, I think, NRG's personal hell. They are existing just to be destroyed, and I don't blame them. You know, we've seen before allegations that NRG say that if you demo too much, then you are maybe trolling scrims. I don't know how true that is, but it has been floated as a theory, and this time, it is not just scrims, it is the real deal in the RLCS.
And to pull it off so effectively is quite impressive. You have players who can double flip reset, double tap, and have that much control over their car. And they're using that control to try to get away from Com, and it's not working.
6.5 minutes are on their way in this overtime with Garrett on the backboard and Com going for that bump. Leaves just beast mode to shoot, but with no save credited, it just comes down to, again, that midfield. The midfield has been vital, seeing where those transition of resources comes from. Com removing Garrett and himself from the pitch, wanting to just be that player to get anybody rid, and if it involves himself, so be it.
Com and Garrett, it's a big 50. It bounces out to Torment. First touch good from Torment. And he'll knock it upfield. Beast mode going for the block. Squishy gets it around him. Squishy now going head-to-head with Torment. Torment out to beast mode. Beast mode to chip up. Torment, the double tap. That was threatening, almost on target. Torment reminding everybody to watch out. Now beast mode will drop it in right at 7 minutes of overtime.
Forget 7 minutes in heaven. That is 7 minutes of hell for NRG. Generated entirely by Com going for demo after demo, sending them into a fiery oblivion, and after 12 minutes of gameplay, they walk away with 1 game. That is how close we are at right now with NRG and version 1, and that defense from NRG, they rocked 16 saves in total. The shots coming in were 23 from version 1. Unreal.
That was an anomaly of a game.
I missed the demos. I didn't see what the demos were.
We're gonna have to see how many. Was it 20? 20 demos, I think.
I didn't see it on our graphic. I was looking at the game.
We had one
instead.
job, and it was to look at how many demos.
I can't believe that.
We failed. But that was like I said, Stumpy, an anomaly. You don't see many games like that at this level, where a player like Com can get that many demos, and for it to be an effective strategy.
And for it to be the North American player record. Com just set it. He had 20 demos in that game, and not only did Com beat the record by 2, version 1 have now drawn with the record of 25 demos in a game by a team. That is horrific to play against and inspirational for any demo enthusiast watching. I'm looking at you, Rocket Sledge.
He pulled a Rocket Sledge in an RLCS match. What a match!
Unreal.
Or version 1. It takes a lot for a team to be good in Rocket League. It's not just mechanics. It's not just rotations. You have that chemistry, that synergy, that full picture that you have to paint. And man, the paint that Com uses, it's beautiful and horrifying.
And it's also spread all over every single NRG player as they walk out of game number 2 or game number 3. Absolutely battle scarred.
Garrett, flip reset. Pass over to Justin. Justin blocked, rebound to Squishy. Squishy!
Oh!
He goes for the top corner. He's denied by Com, who can do it all apparently.
Doing everything is exactly what Com is going to want to do in this game too, where he was able to get, those demos and those the defensive plays as well. But offensively yesterday, he was the man for version 1. He's just changed that tune. Torment there wanted to go for a bump on Garrett G, but every time it seems like an NRG player is demolished. It's that two-headed, three-headed Hydra. And Com, he's just going to keep swiping away, trying to whittle it down to just a tail.
He has the tools to do it. Torment almost hit that double tap in overtime. Torment, he's been talking about in his interviews how much he has been working on his mechanics. Version 1, a triple threat team. There's the shot. It's going to be a pass out to Torment. Torment denied. Com shot. It's going towards the opposite post, and it bounces in. I thought it was going to get saved, but no.
So did I. Was it Squishy who went for the save on this, or Justin? Squishy tries to go round, but flips a little bit too early, so has little control of his car. Actually moves back outside of the ball as well, so isn't able to get back behind it and flick it out into the corner. Version 1, a goal in 2 minutes, when previously it took them 7 in that overtime.
Squishy getting some revenge. Garrett high over the ball, but not high enough. The shot went too tall. Squishy gets the corner boost steal. Com now slowing it down. It's popped by 1. Garrett, light touch. Com back to the middle. Garrett will clear it off to the side. Will get boost. No, he'll leave the boost and actually leave the ball. Chance now for beast mode. Beast mode! Rebound opportunity. Panic in front of net for NRG, but they get away.
It was beast mode just falling so slowly, delicate as a feather, with the boxing, punching power of Mike Tyson. Isn't able to deliver the killing blow, but he is going to be threatening that backline. Remember when NRG was slowing down the game so effectively? I think Beast Mode is wanting to do something similar.
Honestly, I would say Version 1 and Com punching more like Goku. it has been unbelievable to see the power difference from Version 1 compared to NRG when it comes to the demo gameplay.
Under 2 minutes now left in this game, and V1 with that lead. Squishy wanted to shoot on target, does so, but not threateningly enough until Garrett comes in for that double tap. I believe he had the flip reset on that play as well. With 20 boost, Beast Mode wants to work it down the pitch. Thwarted halfway as Torment then sends it just to absolutely nobody sharing the same color as him.
Version 1, the win here, you feel like that would just put NRG down and out, and they are controlling the pace of this game. NRG showing life in game 2, even in that last game, fighting through the demos to have a chance. But now Version 1, they got that win at 7 minutes. They got the 4 minute and 10-second overtime win. Things have been going Version 1's way.
Torment a second ago had such a great pass down from Beast Mode, but just couldn't finish it. So Beast Mode, he fancies doing it all himself. Garrett G says no this time. Chance in the final minute for Com to score. Garrett again saving away. His defense has been pretty much perfect this game. The only chance that Version 1 had is when it was just so scary to try and even defend against. Garrett G passing towards the center, Justin to shoot. Beast Mode diving across the net heroically.
And that looked like it was going in. It was going far post. The pass was fantastic. The shot was there. But Beast Mode and Version 1's defensive stops, they have been dazzling. Oh, and Beast Mode pitching it off the post and in. Can you beat this man? I don't think so.
Almost well beating out Squishy on that play and just going so low with it, then falls to Beast Mode to pinch it in off that post. 25 seconds for NRG to get 2 when they've not been able to get one for about, I don't know, 10-ish minutes of gameplay. But even more, because it was the 5 plus the 7 plus the 3 minutes or whatever it was. It is a long time since NRG have scored, aided by that overtime. The final 20 is going to see V1 sitting back, slowing things down a little bit more because they do not need to rush.
Walk this one in. Justin passed it. It's a hard shot, and even that is saved by Beast Mode. Beast Mode, he's a cold-blooded killer. You saw him on the 50-50, putting his nose straight down to the ground, getting the 50, pushing that ball in net. We saw him make the dive, far post to get the save. You see the near post save. Beast mode did it all that game. The defense from version 1 really has elevated them, though, above NRG. You had mentioned it, Stumpy, a long scoring drought for NRG, and they have been good scoring opportunities. I think against a lot of teams, the plays NRG makes, the shots that they've taken would be going in. But even that save from Com wrapping around, blocking that upper 90, they have been inspired saves coming out from version 1.
I think, you know, when you look at how that game ended up going, it was so much offensive pressure from version 1 that whenever NRG had a chance, their idea was, okay, we're going to try and put it on the backboard and put it towards the net, not that scarily, just so you have to get the touch, and then we can follow up and then get the actual shot to come in. The issue was version 1 kept saving it away so well every time that NRG's plan just completely fell apart because it relies on them to make poor saves. That's not what version 1 do. Version 1 made great saves time and time again, and if you're putting shots on net, you need to make it convincing. And James, just to go back to the unbelievable demo play that we saw from Com in that previous game where he set the North American record, he had 20 demos in that game, and there are 40% of players in this tournament entirely who have had less than that in the entire tournament themselves. He got more demos that game than 40% of players have in this second regional. How ridiculous.
It felt like an anomaly watching that game. Well, guess what? Turns out it was.
Just silly. It's horrible.
He's different. He's just different. And the fact that it's working is the part that's crazy.
He's different, he's built different, and he forced NRG to rebuild their cars different with more armor plating than ever they have seen.
The junkyard going to be full up after today's game. Wasteland looking at all these potential scraps, and they're thanking Com for all the work he's doing. NRG have so much to fight back from, 2 overtime losses, the North American record of demos in a single game and by a single player and by a team made in this series. So it emotionally taxing. It's got to be physically taxing at this point. But version 1, they must be happy. They have been living in NRG's head rent-free for what seems like a year.
And NRG, they didn't take that time out. And I'm a massive proponent of stopping that, the incredible, what's the word, the being able to shut down your opponent as often as you can, you know, trying to stop their momentum in its tracks. And finally, NRG's momentum may well be turning. Garage outspeeding and Torment bumped away from the save.
And that bump was actually crazy. It was a wraparound bump from Justin. So we're seeing NRG get their hands dirty. And that was such a good bump from Justin. And we see that the infield pass plus the team bump, it's going to take dynamic plays like that to beat this version 1 defense that has been rock solid.
I need to remind you, James, 14 times out of the last 14 games that NRG have gone ahead with that first goal, they have ended up winning that game. But my God, Com, who even are you?
Com gets pre-jumped by Garrett.
Huh?
Squishy is expecting Com to take the shot at some point, thinks it's never coming, but Com reads it off the ground. The bounce, that play was so beautiful. It was so creative. The depth that Com has, it's like looking into bottomless waters.
Com is like a Rottweiler that also just moonlights as an artist. Because the fact that he's able to pack such a punch and can bite and chew through any opponent and then does something that incredible and inspires artistry around the world, I don't believe that NRG are going to have the fortitude to come back from that. In complete honesty, that is ridiculous. And then bumped in the backline by Beast Mode, Com and Beast Mode switching lives in some kind of Freaky Friday situation.
And another belly flop flip reset, Beast Mode leading the play. All Com wanted to do was slow the play down. That's why he hit off the ball like that, giving Beast Mode time to get in there for the bump. This version 1 team, I mean, how are they losing? If you're playing this well, how do you lose? They are playing out of this world.
There was another reset game from Com on that ball, but shut down early enough so it wasn't too threatening. Halftime in this game. An NRG streak of those wins after going first on the wrist and also this series on the line. This would stop them from reaching that grand finals, and those points are so important. Beast Mode sending it towards the net, but just pipped away by Justin. A loose touch from Garrett, and then faked out by Beast Mode. Com with 0 boost, hangs about, slows it down, knows that one more goal would be great, but they don't need to push the issue.
Time running out for NRG. There's still some hope left, and Com jumps for that. Perhaps getting the defense a bit out of position, but Garrett fended off the ball by Com.
There's another fake too. Com just hasn't managed to slow that game down. It's going to bounce very nicely here for Version1, but with no one there and Torment getting that back boost. It's then Beast Mode with a chance to shoot. Com again going for that play on the ball, just keeping it away, slowing it down. Torment central. Will he pass this? No, instead just blocks off for that 50. The back boost this time taken by Squishy, but with a fake coming in, it leads to Beast Mode shooting, and the demo on Com shuts down that offense from V1 just for a moment. The final 90 seconds is upon us.
On Com, looking for the bump on Garrett. If he landed that, that would have been the 3rd goal for Version1. And he came within inches. Com, dunked by Squishy, but it's a shot opportunity for Beast Mode, who launched it high. Low boost for Justin, and the corner boost gets stolen. Things not looking good for NRG, but looking up for Version1. Com waiting for a chance. Now Justin will break out. Didn't get the flip reset. Wasn't the touch he was looking for. Garrett trying to wrap this around. Com and Beast Mode both on the back wall. Pinch off the ceiling. No one from NRG there. Torment got bumped by Com.
Fake.
And Garrett, the score because of it. This was a team bump on the back wall. Com, in his frenzy, didn't realize that Torment was a teammate.
Com saw red, bumped blue, and opened the net up to get that equalizing goal for NRG. 47 seconds left. Wasteland is delivering.
Will we see another overtime? We've had so much overtime in this series so far, over 12 minutes, or around 12 minutes. Com, the block, bounces up off the ceiling, now out to Garrett.
1v1.
Beast Mode will take it in a 1v1 against Garrett. Garrett bumps Beast Mode off the ball. Torment will push it wide. Justin was there to block it. Oh, side flip from Com. Com trying to pass this over. Squishy reads the touch. Beast Mode, nice play. Now gonna go for the solo play, gets the demo, but bumps back into the ball. Torment the touch, throws Com off. Justin got that clear downfield. Com back to the Version1 corner. Beast Mode jumps, it's still bouncing.
1v1, bump.
Com has the dribble, the flick, saved by Garrett. Beast Mode keeping it alive, and there we have it. Overtime once more. This time, it's for a chance to go to the grand finals for Version1. NRG, they have to score this to stay alive.
That 0 seconds just proving how many chances a team can have, and just an awkward touch back leaves Garrett to have to fend for himself, but doesn't go for that ball. Instead it bounces down. Garrett, is he there? No, Beast Mode is. Shoots Com. He's going to pass that. No, instead he just goes for that light touch, and Justin can take full advantage. Squishy removes Com. Beast Mode in the sky, goes low. Isn't able to get that save away, however, or that shot rather. Instead, bumps Squishy as he leaves the play. Now Torment with low boost is going to have to retreat. Justin chasing down Beast Mode, but with Beast Mode working his way around, the incredibly wily pulls in the sky to Torment to get that save. Beast Mode towards the target, but Garrett G tipping it away. And we've seen this amount of pressure before lead to a goal for V1. Com passing a little bit too much punch on that ball.
NRG been locked down in their half. Is this enough to break out? Garrett to the backboard. Com hard off the sidewall. Beast Mode with the 50 will push it downfield. Beast Mode doing work. The shot blocked. Com with a pass out to Torment. Torment looking for Beast Mode, but Garrett tipped the ball over to Squishy. Squishy to Garrett, and that one's hit hard off the corner. Beast Mode with an aerial play will get shut down by Justin.
Just one goal for NRG's tournament life just to get themselves into the next game. Passing down from Com. Gets the save, Torment to shoot, leaves it for Beast Mode. Beast Mode shoots top corner, but Garrett G to save it away. So much selflessness, but nothing to show for it.
And that seemed like it was the game. Squishy making that save, but was helpless towards the rebound. But there was confusion on who was going to take that shot, and the shot that came wasn't good enough. NRG have more chances now. They have life in this game when it seemed like it was said and done.
The 50 into then just that awkward little flip reset as it doesn't go too well for version 1. Garrett G now pushing relatively low on boost. Only 20 remaining. The flip reset not gained. Beast Mode to save it away. Torment now. Another chance to go for a 2v1. Beast Mode to shoot! Who else but Beast Mode?
And it's Torment on the pass. Again, Torment slinging it over, and look at the power. Garrett got a piece of it, but couldn't keep it out. That was a hard shot, perfectly placed. You can't blame Garrett for not saving that one.
No.
Unbelievable finish. And version 1 continue their streak of dominance over NRG.
And a record-setting series with an electric final game on Wasteland. Going the way of version 1, but before we congratulate them too much, NRG, their new look is doing something for them. I want to give them full credit for it. They get into the top 4 for the first time in a while, and I am so impressed with that turnaround that we have seen. They get it over Optic. Sure, version 1, that's their boogeyman. It's the team that they don't want to go up against. James, I remember you yesterday actually saying, I'd rather face Furia. As an NRG fan, I'd rather see them versus Furia because we don't necessarily have B1's number. But that NRG, I'm so impressed.
NRG, you can tell they have made improvements, and that they are an actual contender. It's not just hype. They are an actual major contending team. They have what it takes. But I think the other thing that we have learned after today is that version 1, they still know how to beat NRG. They've done it now, 5 times in a row, and it seems like it's going to be tough for NRG to fight back from the moves that version 1 pulled out today. They were impressive, Stump.
Well, that fight is going to be continuing after the break as Gen G take on Space Station, and Gen G, they are fighting for their spot at the Fall Major.